It is annoying based on the way you will take it. Eh? But right from the last video this man made, when he was telling us that Biafrans and the Oduduwas are the most stupid of all in Nigeria, that we are the problem of Nigeria.
You know,
Since
sir, I
that
forget
day,
that one, self.
since that day, I knew that this man is useless. All the respect I had for this man had gone into the abyss. So whatever he's saying now does not make sense or move anybody. Like you made a point, you said international community may be listening to this man that is endorsing anything for Ndibu or Biafra.
Hmm.
No, 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 no. This one is only talking because of the envelope, the brown envelope that they give him in one Nigeria. His silly and smelling voice and sound stops inside there. International community do not even need to hear or listen to this mumu that you see here now. International community is listening to you. It's listening to anything that carries Biafra. It's listening to anything that carries Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Simon Ekpa. That is what international community is listening to. Because these people here, they are amongst the people that made Obi to came into the scene recently. So, Biafrans, the slavery and the hegemonic tendency which the zoo had galvanized long time ago and kept down. Every day they are reigniting the fire by touching the heads of all these Efulefu that you see here. You see? He's sitting down here lamenting, talking to international community. Which international community will listen to this fool of a man here now? Which international community will listen to what they are saying? The international community did not listen to him when they were massacring their children because they did not see them come out. The same way international community did not even as well come out to talk about the massacre of your children. So if this man here is not talking about the massacre of his own children, his own grandchildren, how does international community now tend to listen to him? He's a mumu, he's a fool. He's talking for his envelope. You know, it is in this very time that we've come to understand that giving respect to all these old fools that we have made us to have to make a very big mistake each and every day. Now, will you tell me that this man that you see here is not aware of the reconciliation message that Mazi Simon Ekpa just sent to them recently from the Biafran government in exile? He has seen the video. But since he has seen the video, Obi's commitment and brainwashing of them recently from the end path and the aftermath of the fraudulent elections is giving them confidence since Obi said, you people can go on and do governorship election. We have lost in presidency. Let us come and see how we will back up in a governorship. Now, if you are the president of a country and then you are the one commanding the country, you dish out orders and the orders go to every extremities of the country. Even the governor of a state cannot stand against your order as the president because the governor of a state, the fraudulent constitution of one Nigeria has disabled the power and the autonomy of the governor inside any state. It is the final say of the president that stands. So when you say, let us go and do governor, because we lost presidency, let us go and do governor, then stand on the governor. What are you going to do with the governor? Can you make any decision that will counter what the presidency said? Can you make any decision that will counter what the House of Assembly and the National Assembly says? All the governors that we have in the East, what are they doing? They are taking orders from the National Assembly, taking orders from the presidency. When presidency say no, they bow. Recently, you people saw how Wike has been trying to stand against the governor.
Give me the small boy on my own.
Yeah. You take your own, Abi?
That's small boy, welcome.
You take your own, Abi? Okay, so I will record it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. So, all of you, Wike himself Wike himself has tried to challenge the governor of the day, the presidency of the day. And no other governor have tried to take that same bold steps. Now, what do you see? Is it this one now that is seated here that his generation is finished already? Man, you go, abeg, this thing they make me laugh. 70 years old man. Abeg, just the plan make we dey use am as comedy. Who is he pleading now? Is he pleading Nigeria or is pleading UK or pleading US or pleading EU? Or is it the Fulanis in power that is pleading? Or na me and you now in the plead? Masuko, na me and you now in the plead? Or is they plead the Biafran government in exile? Or is he pleading the reconciliation committee that Mazin Simon Ekpa put on the table for them through the Biafran government in exile?
Right.
You should be pleading the Biafran people for the carnage, for the treacherous activity, for the treason, for the sabotage that you people have done to the Biafran race. You should be pleading the Igbo youth, which all of you, these Efulefu elders, have misled. You should be pleading the blood of the innocent Igbo youth that all of you have lured into the grave. You should be pleading on the graves of the Igbo youth that all of you push them to go and become useful talks to the politicians. At the end of the day, they die getting nothing. Their generations and aspirations and their future disrupted, their life destroyed. You should be pleading the Igbo youth for misleading them into one Nigeria after 60 years of independence, which you know what it has been. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu himself, given the opportunity to be the president of one Nigeria, cannot change Nigeria. The same way you people misled Ojukwu, after Ojukwu had come back, you people said, come back, oh, he came back. They said they want to give you pardon. They gave him pardon. And now they go and contest for presidency. He contested for presidency, knowing too well that there will be nothing like a chance for a Biafran to rule. Why did they in the first place massacre you? They said you were domineering before, you wanted to take over the country and be in position of authority. Then after the war now, they will now give you a chance to now be the president of Nigeria. He contested 3 consecutive times, Ojukwu contested. 3 consecutive times is how many years? That is 12 good years. Masuko, 12 good years.
The thing where you know the talk, you see, you know, they were afraid that Ojukwu might come back to revolt. That if they do something, plan from there, come back with army from outside. Then they come meet people like it is Okwadike then. People like Alex Ekweme, the old people then, in their time, and convince them to go and tell Ojukwu to come back. Make it come back, say they don't forgive me. Nobody go pursue me. Make Ojukwu come back. Ojukwu bought a new Mercedes Benz, new Mercedes open roof. He want to use to come back from airport. That motor enter Nigeria. Pope come Nigeria. Nigeria carry motor will be personal motor, Ojukwu personal motor. Chiala that they never touch am. They use that motor go carry Pope. Funani, wetin these people they do, now when you know. Okay, as Ojukwu come back, they tell Ojukwu, come, we go support you. Congo president, all of us Igbo, we go support you. We be Igbo, we are your brothers. We must to stay by your side. Ojukwu come back. Ojukwu no say all these people don't collect Ghana must go and the envelope from Funani. It is say nine brothers. As they put Ojukwu, Ojukwu go front. All of them come out, Ojukwu for bottom. They still go back again. The same thing Peter B is doing now. Because Peter B, they believe that if Peter B keep quiet now, All of them, when they fight to Obi, all of them, when they fight for Obi, will be obedient. They go come back to Biafra. Biafra go stand stronger. They are now telling Peter Obi, go to court, be doing something, keep them on the process so that they will still be giving them hope. That was what they did to Ojukwu. So Ojukwu went. At a time they come advise him. Look for a governor. You can't look for governor. Come find Peter Obi. This your governor where you find, you know what you go take and do? Take and unite all the eastern region. Ojukwu agree. They bring Peter Obi. Peter Obi, you know what you go do for us? Unite all the Igbo region, all the eastern region. Peter Obi enter there. If Ojukwu come, he go tell Ojukwu, I beg, I am busy. This is government office. It's not personal office. Until Ojukwu die. That is the same thing Peter Obi is still doing now. Now. Deceiving people. Look at what this man is saying. Exactly the same thing Peter Obi is doing to people now, as I'm talking to you. We go play the video. People will know. Biafra said they don't want, but we go play. Make you listen. I want us to make we diverse, because when we verse, we go enter the right frame of mind where we suppose dey. But when we know the verse, we go feel like say everything dey okay. Make we verse. I want make we diverse.
And so as many others, there are some people who you wouldn't think have developed enough to be saying that the truth must be said. And now many people are saying the truth must be said. Look at the Kitty people protesting against the victory of Tinubu. Look at the voting pattern in Lagos. Look at Kaduna voting. Look at the thing is, there are too many aspects. A person who is narrow-minded will just grab one aspect and take it up. Many people would be sorry and unhappy because my friend Tinubu won. In fact, even Tinubu himself, I think he should be praised for and being so rich, being able to believe that money can do everything. And look at it, it was done. So the chairman of the INEC was said to have gone to meet him in the night of the election. And we hear all kinds of stories, which they're not the ones I'm focusing on. I am now reinforced in my view about the feasibility of one Nigeria. I appeal to Yoruba, to Igbo, and to other groups to stay together. Let us work out a system, because we now know each other. We know each other enough, and we shouldn't allow any breakup of this country, because otherwise it is this INEC really means Nigeria should break up. The way INEC went about this election is just to say goodbye to Nigeria. But the truth has come out the opposite. Welcome, new Nigeria. And I want to thank you people for giving me the opportunity to thank Nigerians, for what they have done.
Why I put am big and I made them know things say na Sonny the talk, oh. Made them know who the talk. And I made me put in picture where he big.
It's good so that they will hear him very well and see his face very well. He said he is thankful to Nigerians for what they have done. He's thankful
Make
to
una no
Tinubu.
let Nigeria break up. Make una no let Nigeria break up. Because this is a very good opportunity for Nigeria to break up. But I am pleading to you, Yoruba, I'm pleading to you, Igbo, don't let Nigeria to break up. That is what our elder spokesman, no be spokesman, an elder is talking. E be like say Biafrans go call. Make we take call because the video, if you allow this thing, make it dey play, me I go vex, make I begin to analyze am, I go begin the call, I go insult am, eh?
And it is a matter of some of the elders and some of the youths.
As you go.
Yeah.
Make this video play from beginning to the end. After Biafrans don't listen finish, they go do justice to them.
Okay.
The work go there easy for you.
Okay.
Meeting and finding a way to get out of this problem. It's not a matter of waiting to swear in somebody who didn't win any election.
But what are your expectations in terms of the way forward? The political parties, the other political parties say they will go to court to challenge the president-elect and the APC in court. But what are your expectations in terms of whatever happens, the way forward for Nigeria? Yes.
Yeah. My expectations are multiple. Of course, some people will go to court. In fact, that is another good thing. Maybe this will provide the justice system in Nigeria opportunity to come back to justice, because we have lost confidence in justice. But this may provide opportunity for the new Nigerian justice system to emerge. But beyond that, there should be a meeting of some groups in Nigeria, and I will appeal to some of the groups. Let me say it clearly, because I'm 85 and dying now is not too early. The Fulani should reconsider what they do in the leadership position they got in Nigeria. It will not be good to continue the way we are going and build enmity between the Fulani and all the rest of Nigeria. And I think it will not be in the interest of the Fulani. And Nigeria needs the Fulani. In some places I say, Nigeria is blessed with many talents from many tribes. And we don't want to lose the talents of the Fulani. But as you know, life is what it is. They cannot continue this thing the way they are going and not be chased out. Those who are not killed would have to leave. But that is the truth which I need to tell my people, because I like our people, I like our country the way it is now. We can call in a group, first of all, starting with Obasanjo and former elders, former leaders, some former governors, and tell them, look at this problem, solve it for us. What is the problem? How to continue? Because Nigeria ends. Nigeria ends if you say INEC is in charge. Therefore, INEC go and do whatever you have to do. Swear in Jamadan. If you do that, that's the end of the country, because nobody accepts injustice clear injustice. So we should listen to our elders and the youths also. And in fact, I would say, let the youth not start anything yet. Let them wait until the elders and the present people work on a solution. And after that, if it is not solved, then they take over their country the way they want it. But Nigeria has shown signs of maturity, shown signs of accepting brothers and sisters, shown signs of the longevity of one Nigeria and its greatness. And we cannot allow this INEC irresponsibility to determine the future of our country.
All right. Well, thank you, sir. So in the event that, because we can't be presumptuous with regards to, we can't presume the ruling of the courts if indeed the Labour Party goes ahead to, Labour and the PDP goes ahead to the tribunal. In the event that on May 29, the president-elect is sworn in, he said that he promised to industrialize Anambra State. He's made some key promises to the Southeast, particularly in the area of industrialization. In what ways would you want the Southeast represented in a Tinubu administration?
There will be no Tinubu administration. God in heaven knows it. And if there's Tinubu administration, there will be no Nigeria.
That's quite a heavy statement. At present, he is the president-elect, and we have been, sir, as an elder statesman, we have been enjoined to speak, words that wouldn't further heat up the polity. And so whilst we understand your personal viewpoint, we also recognize the fact that substantially, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the president-elect of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and barring any court judgment, he would be sworn in on May 29. So just in the event that he does emerge, what would happen?
Are you sick of having issues with your webinars, wasting tons?
I don't know. I don't know. I believe in God. And it's not, it doesn't appear to be the will of God that Tinubu should rule Nigeria. He doesn't hate, God does not hate Nigeria. But if it happens, well, we'll be here. Some people were saying things that are very annoying. They say, go and get your visa. That it will never come to that. It will never come to that. The law is clear. Even the declaration of Tinubu as winner is illegal. I'm not a lawyer, but I know how to read what is written down in English. So I read it and I found that it is not illegal. So,
but Dr. Ezife, the reality is, barring any legal implications or legal judgments, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is president-elect, and we must learn to deal with that, because a lot of people will see your statement as inciting that says he will never be president. He is president-elect as we speak, and that's the reality on ground. And we must be able to reiterate that as much as possible.
The reality on the ground is that following INEC actions, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is president-elect as declared by INEC. That truth cannot be doubted. I mean, it is true. And then the question is, assuming nothing happens, and May 29 comes, and he swears he is sworn in, how do I see him performing, helping every. Oh, I don't know. He has many people whom, if he cannot do the work, he can delegate to some other people. But I think we have seen enough of such delegations. And I think we have enough people in this country that we should get the right person to do work for us.
Okay. I mean, Dr. Ezife, I'd like to now ask you this. Peter Obi ran a very, robust campaign. He picked up votes in places, that people never expect him to pick up votes, doing quite well in some states, even in the deep north. The question will be, with all of this momentum that has been built now by the Nigerian people, how would you want them to proceed from here? And what would you be your advice to proceed from here?
In fact, my advice is that trusted senior experts should be gathered together to look at the election and propose ways of getting out whatever problems is on the way. We cannot invite our young men to come and tear down the little that has been built. We cannot be so irresponsible as to look at things and pretend they are not there, problems are not there. So I tell the truth a little bit. I know that what I may see as truth may not be right. So I would suggest that we pray to God to take over the running of our country for us by supplying us the kind of men like Obasanjo and T.Y. Danjuma, like Aya Debanjo, like Edwin Clark, like so many people who can come together and do a solution to this, give a solution to this problem. But if we just ignore it and say INEC has spoken, we may be in trouble.
Okay, sir. Most of the elites in the Southeast did not support Peter Obi. In fact, some of them openly condemned him and said they didn't think that he would represent the interest of the Southeast. But with what he has been able to do, not just for the Southeast, but also for the aggrieved young people of Nigeria and the middle class, do you see Igbo elites turning around and supporting him now for the future, whatever happens eventually? Then I take it, this is the second question. Then I was going to say another thing. The second thing I was going to say is that, well, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is now president-elect. Many people have congratulated him, including the vice president, Professor Osinbajo, who contested against him in the party primaries, including President of General Ibrahim Babangida, who says it's a thing of joy for him that a good man like Tinubu has emerged. And so many others like that who have been jubilating. And all the people who said that they will leave town, they will relocate abroad if Bola Tinubu wins. I've not heard that some of them have rushed to the airport. They are still around. So are you likely also to come around and congratulate the president-elect at some point?
I have already congratulated his doggedness and his belief in bullion van politics, conscienceless or not. But let me correct the impression you gave that elites in the East did not support Peter Obi. That can be so wrong. If you get 100 elites in the East 95% of them will be supporting Peter Obi in every way. Some people misguided, or I don't understand what happened. Made some statements that a person who is very surface will say it's right. Somebody said he cannot win. And that has he won? He has not won. He's even third though, not second. So those who said he wouldn't win will clap for them now. He has not won. But I think most Eastern people, Southeast, South, support, and the support is so massive. We're talking about 80-something% of the votes in most of those places, if you are looking at the right result. So I'm not going to move to America or to US. I'm a Nigerian. Here I was born. Here, all kinds of anything. What God cannot do does not exist. Therefore, it is not over at all. And May 29, we may not witness a swearing in, but maybe the ultimate person to be sworn in is Peter Obi, because he won the election overall.
All right.
But I'm not the authority to declare him the winner.
The Southwest elites, within some Southeast states, even your state, Anambra, the governor was clearly and...
Okwadike talks so that Peter Obi is likely to be sworn in.
Okay.
So,
Since we don't pass up.
they will go remove to the way they don't give him certificate. They will go carry his certificate, come back and give Peter Obi because
They will go the right and give Peter Obi.
Hey! Hello, Mero.
Erasmus, you're welcome.
My brother.
From here.
My brother, I'm not gonna lie, you are this thing, all this a lot made me very, very angry, you know. But I understand better now. You know, I will have to be very frank with you. My expectation was that there were things that we were supposed to do before the election, before the sit at home, but those things were not done. But I understand better now, probably the reason why we didn't do those things. That aside, just give me some minutes. When I'm ready to speak, I will let you know. Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Okay, thank you.
Erasmus, you need to take it easy with the happenings of the Igbo elders. So you just have to be laughing and enjoying yourself, because Igbo elders...
I want to really speak to it, but just give me some time to give me the convenient place where I will speak to that.
Yes, let him finish talking. Might we go?
Gain of Mr. Peter Obi means for the Southeast as a people, and also for young people in particular who were game changers with regards to this election?
I'm not sure I understand. I know some people in the Southeast, some governors made statements not very much commending Peter Obi, but all political power belongs to the people, and the vote is what we use to know what the people think. And all those who made any statements, in fact, some of them went even like thugs and changed some of the elections in some places in the southeast and the east. I mean, south and southeast. Some kill people. many things happened. But I thank God that anybody who wants to know can study the election results, even the fake one, even the fake election from INEC, show improvements in human relations around the country. Then the general election is so massively beautiful. I don't know what else anybody can say. People made statements. Now they are in a position to correct themselves. Whether you are governor or whatever, you can make statements that are not based on some logical deduction. And I think because of your position, it will stick. Now, people have rejected all those statements. When 50% is a good score, but when you come to a state and get 84%, 70-something percent, what else are you talking about? It means the people don't know whom they are leading. A governor who makes a statement contrary to 84% of his own people cannot really clap for himself and say he knows what he's doing. So a billionaire doesn't have to have the intellect to know exactly what is going on in politics. Everybody should be forgiven, and let's settle down and rejig the system. If we can survive, the Igbo people will be very proud if their son manages to make Nigeria a more beautiful place. We will not require any privileges, any favoritism, just level playing field. So that's what I would tell you, and thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
All right, Mazisone.
Where Erasmus, making come poor in anger now.
Erasmus saying they come. He's saying they come.
Okwa Dike.
Okay, wait, Okoro, please, if I bring you in here, if you finish your submission, you go. So I will bring another person in, please. Okay, Erasmus is here. Erasmus, you are excluded from what I'm saying. Go on.
Yeah, thank you, Go. Thank you, Sonny. Thank you for. Can you
Yeah,
get me?
yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, good evening, sir. Good evening, my people. Good evening, Sonny. Good evening.
Okay, Erasmus, go on.
Okay, my brothers, at this time right now, this was what we envisaged that made us to be shouting. This is what we envisaged that made us to be shouting and shouting and shouting and shouting and shouting that Obi came to deceive us, that Obi came to deceive Biafra, that Obi came to distract the struggle. This was what we saw. Now, at this stage, we do not have any elder in the southeast as well as south-south. I want that to be very clear. We do not have any elder in the southeast and south-south. So what we need to do right now, I'm telling you, time is of essence. What we need to do right now, anything we need to do has to be done before May, before the swearing-in date. Because I'm going to tell you this. You are hearing figures of the money that they gave to INEC chairman that made him to forget about integrity, forget everything about his life. There is some kind of money that you give to somebody that the person. Imagine somebody giving $170 million. You understand? So the reason why I'm saying anything that needs to be done has to be done before May, before the swearing-in date. Because if they swear in Tinubu and Shetima, and Tinubu now have access to unlimited money, Nigerian money, is going to make our liberation more difficult. Because at that time, the few people still holding on to Yoruba nation, you will be able to use both ethnicity and money to influence them. Because you will have the access to Nigeria assets and everything. This is a struggle for the survival of the entire southern region. I'm not talking of Igbos. When you go back to Shetima's leaked phone call conversation in 2015, you will hear step-by-step plan on what he was saying. He was not speaking of himself. He was speaking of what the Northerners planned, especially the Fulanis planned for the entire southern region, especially the south, and southeast. And when he categorizes the south, and southeast, he calls all of us are Igbos. Jonathan is Igbo. So they have planned everything that they are going to do. They will drink our oil. They will take away the food. They will take away all the licenses. They have already planned everything. And now you can see him now being the vice president and Tinubu being the president. Muslim tickets, Islamization agenda has just been completed. So at this crucial time, we do not need to listen to any of, I don't want to insult anybody. That's why I just said we don't have any elder in the southeast and south. So if I want to speak to them directly, I will insult all of them. Because these are not elders. These are people that are old, that want to keep us. I've already said this. Islamization is loading. The reason I joined this liberation, the reason I joined this agitation is not because of marginalization. It's because of the Islamization agenda that I can clearly see. That's the major reason I joined. And this is the time for us, and it's good that I was angry that, we didn't do what we're supposed to do. That is fine. Probably God wanted us to allow this thing to happen this way, so that the obedient will see exactly what they have done to themselves. And now they have tested it and they have seen it. But they should not allow Obi or Okwadike or Haneze to use delay tactics to hold them down, because if we allow Tinubu to be sworn in before we start doing anything, my brother, I'm telling you, mark my word, it's going to be extra difficult. He's going to use money and everything to inflate everybody. Thank you. I just wanted to, I will stay on.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. Please, if you come inside the studio, try and keep your microphone mute so that we no go to get background noise. Okay, Goruba. Okay, Goruba. I don't know why you are making noise from the background. That was why I removed you before. Okay, now you have the microphone.
This is very silent. I think it's not me. Anyway, thank you for that. Good evening, my brothers. Good evening, Sonny. Good evening, everybody. I'm dwelling. Why I'm dwelling is just that there are some things I find out. My people may not verse for me if I put this thing on board. You see, when they do something, sometimes it's look the heart of people and the children. You see this Okwadike, I always follow this man all the time. And I want people to make an view. I want us to put this man, just leave this man alone. Because about this man, when he abuse elderly muscle, this man is an evil man. And there's something inside of my mind. Although me, I don't say for a man, he are busy to win. You know? But for him to ask our elder man some kind of useless questions, say something, say that we're evil, no win. you want to know the heart of this man. This man not say our elderly man the best. I want to know for this man. May the spirit of Biafra visit him. When spirit of Biafra visit, only this man can himself as the head man.
As your microphone, no.
Maybe the God of Biafra.
Mazi, sorry, your microphone.
When God of
Biafra.
Biafra.
Can you hear me? Okay, Ogoruba, your microphone no good. You just it spoil ear. So maybe you okay. Your network was okay. Let me see. Go on now. Okay, Ogoruba, go on. Okay, Maziaze, you have the microphone.
Good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Mazi Sonny, I greet you. Mazi, I don't know the name. I don't have fam to relate to Zugo Ketana. Mazi consistency. Fam to relate to That's we go. Mazi consistency.
Go do me.
I greet every one of the people under the platform. I greet every one of you with good heart this wonderful day. What I want to tell every one of us is a very simple thing. Very simple and very simple. Nobody in this platform is a child. Nobody in this platform that doesn't know the truth. And nobody that is in this platform that would tell me that since we are born, that we have benefited anything from these people. We that is in diaspora, for example, now, we can be able to say we have learned a lot of things, how humanity has to live. Look at a country like Biafra. We have what it takes to live a good life and to worship Chukwu Okike Abioma. But look at every one of us left our beautiful home, milk and honey, in the land of the rising sun, but we are here wearing jackets. And we just say, what did we came to look for in diaspora? It's always just for good life. If our place is good, we will not be here. These people you see, none of their children has come out one day to vote in this contraction country called Nigeria. I was following this whole thing, this whole politics or anything they are doing about this election. I noticed one thing, one platform that was in Abuja, Catrola line of the British criminal country. A whole Catrola line is telling you people about the election. But let's take, for example, we that is here. How many of the Nigerian ambassadors have even gone to intervene, make contribution in any election in diaspora? You can see that one area. You understand me now? So let's understand and support this real agitation. We have given everybody benefit of that. To go and do whatever your mind pleases you, which is about this obedience. And you have seen the outcome. A country that will do election, the next thing they say they are going to court. And you have to understand that everybody, these European people, they are seeing everything. And this is how they look me and you, that we are nobody. That we are nobody. Look at how the country, your leaders. Somebody like Tinubu say, hijack it, hold it, grab it, run away with. This is somebody that want to lead you to the promised land of where? Since you have been born, tell me one presidency that have made changes in that country. A country that you are residing, you don't have electricity. My brother, the data I'm using now, talking here, I am paying maybe 30 euro every month. Consistency, I have my data. Somebody that is charging his telephone in Nigeria, you cannot even use YouTube. You call yourself, you are in a country. My brother, you don't need to pray for you to get that as now. So because this is the problem about we believe on religion. We no want die. We no want do anything. We mama dey for us. Everything we talk about. This one go to say him be prophet. This one go to say him be this one. The only prophet I know, as a well-learned man, as somebody who have traveled the universe, is only Mazen de Kalo, a man that says something came to pass. What else again do you need again? Is it Hope Uzodinma you are waiting to give you light? Is it the Janjaweed people, the people that went to make agreement and sold us out to the caliphate? Is it the people you are looking up to? You know, our people, one thing that we don't understand, we are just tell some of our people, you are not ready to have a good life. You are not ready. That we that look at our brother every day bringing his time. Mazu go bringing his time. Mazu Sonny, mornings, Mazu Sonny, every day. Do you think these people don't know what they want to do with their time? They have something precious to do with their time. But they are sacrificing their time and everything to give you something that you cannot be able to get. No matter the kind of prayer you pray, my brother, nothing will change except we the children of God, make that move. That's why I'm begging every one of you, make up your decision. The Mazen Nando Okukalo, do you know how many promises they are giving to him in DSS custody? He refused it. So why can't we learn from our leader? Please support this struggle with everything you have. You are not doing it for me. Your legacy is what you are representing in the kingdom of God, because God will ask every one of us, because I'm not going to be there the day you're going to be facing your judgment with the Almighty God. God will ask you, Mr. Michael, what did you do when you are living? What did you do? Did you stand for me? Did you stand by the truth? Because in the all these people you see, so have you seen where a priest that is conducting a church is kneeling down to a politician come and sit in the front seat? And tomorrow that kind of person will be the one telling you say God is talking to him. Chinese man no tell you say God they talk to them, but then they do what they call development and infrastructure that they are selling to Africa. Telephone, laptop, everything we are using is made from the same people. So what does it mean that we don't have something to offer? We have something to offer, but we are not prepared. Brother, enough is enough. Let's tell ourselves the truth. I don't need to tell you the truth, so you know the truth. But the one thing I'm telling you people, why are you afraid? Afraid of who? This is the problem of our people. They are afraid of who? You are suffering from generation to generation to generation. And why are you afraid? These people, they have nothing to, the only thing they have is the money that belongs to me and you, is what they are using against me and you. In Igbo language, as na aba konyo mamri with one spirit, if we come together with one spirit like our leader have done for us, Mazi Simon Ekpa have done to us. Look at all the bullet Mazi Simon Ekpa. He stand firm. That's why they're afraid of him. If you stand firm, nobody will touch you. Nobody will do nothing. We are getting this Biafra this 2023. I'm telling you. I have prayed over this Biafra struggle. That's why I remain consistency. Any day my brother Mazi will go come to, I'm showing my face. I'm not afraid of anything. Now once man will die. But I'm going to die if it is the will of God, not the will of nobody. If the will of God, I'm going to die for Biafra to come, so be it. If I'm going to die for this Biafra to exist, because I don't want my brother to come and seek asylum in Germany again. I don't want my brother to be in prison. How many times have you seen somebody from Qatar or Kuwait making noise on social media? So I don't want my brother to be making noise or I want you to use what God has given to you to develop your skills. This is what I'm sacrificing for. This is what Mazi Go is sacrificing for. This is what Mazi Sonny is sacrificing for. You understand me now? Our brothers were then there for that country. My brother, do you know what is hungry? Hungry is making them not to take sometimes the right decision. And this is what the politicians are using to bring talks and everything. How long can we keep on suffering and be smiling? This is what fella have been crying, talking every day and night. You understand me now? Now it is our own time. Thank God for social media. During the time of our forefathers, there's nothing like social media. But God has given us the privilege to have all this come together and try to bring one idea together. Brother, let's call a spade a spade. These people, they have nothing to offer. 100 years time to come, Nigeria will never be good. So what is our responsibility? Let them go with their Nigeria. Let's go with our Biafra. We have what it takes. Mazin Nandekalu said, we're going to work day and night to put our place together. If Biafra is good, what are you coming to come and do for Europe again, brother? If you want to come to Europe, you come as a tourist and go back and develop your place and live a good life. Have electricity. Factory is going to be in Biafra land. All the people from Ghana, Cameroon, Ivory Coast, they will be coming to Biafra land to come and buy what we have because God has given us something that nobody have. Go and ask a Chinese man who are the highest purchaser of their goods. They will tell you, say, na Igbo man. Now, Fulani man, they go China or Taiwan, go buy market. Come to Germany. How many people are importing things? Is it a Chinese man or Yoruba man? Now God bless us, but we have to understand the potential of the Igbo people. We have to know where we come from. This is our identity. God has given us, but we should understand what is our right. And let us stand for our right. Once and for all, I rest my case, man.
Erasmus, do you want to say anything?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so I just wanted to add, right? You see, a lot of people that are still thinking, you see, people like Obi Kubana, all these big billionaires that are from Igbo and Eastern region, that think they are comfortable now. They don't know what is coming for them. Shetima has told them what they are going to do. They are going to withdraw most of their licenses. And they are going to implement Sharia. And when they implement Sharia, automatically the drink industry will be gone. The bar industry, club industry, all those ones will be gone. They are going to do it. You may be saying, oh, it's not possible. Nigeria is a multinational this thing. Nigeria is a this thing. Nigeria is a that. They will do it. They will do it. You'll be looking at them and they will do it. Because now, they are going to have the presidency is going to be, president is going to be a Muslim. The vice president, a Muslim. Senate president, Muslim. Deputy Senate president, Muslim. That's the end. Let's tell ourselves the truth.
Attorney General, Muslim.
No, I just want to, what the reason I did that is to tell you that the executive, the judicial, now, you know what they will do. Immediately they enter, now they will remove that man and put a Muslim Fulani man in that judiciary. So you will see the executive, what makes up the government, you have the executive, you have the legislators, and you have the judiciary. All of them will be Muslims. Not just ordinary Muslims who are in those ones that believe in core Sharia. They will start making the laws and start changing everything. You'll be looking at it, you'll be saying, this is not possible. You wake up and they would have changed it. The next day you wake up, they have changed it. There is absolutely nothing you will do about it. If you are doubting what's about to happen, go back to Kaduna. Kaduna is a very simple example for you to use to reflect. In the first term of El-Rufai, it was Christian Muslim. And go and check. At that time, there was the killings in the southern region. Southern Kaduna was not that much, but there were some killings. And you know, the deputy governor was checkmating him. And in the second thing, he said he damned the consequence. He removed the deputy and put Muslim. And he rigged the election and he came back. And what happened? You all know what happened in this thing. Southern Kaduna is graveyard, burial ground. So what is going to happen if we allow this to continue? What you'll be seeing, people like Obi Kubana will be changing their destiny to become Muslim. You see people changing their names. You see people changing their names. For you to be able to be anything, you will have to change your name. Obi Kubana overnight will change to Muslim. If you want, because that is jihad for you. When you say jihad is not only carrying gun and keep or carrying knife and cut somebody's neck. Jihad goes in so many ways. Go and study it. If you have to change your name to be able to be useful, change your name to be able to be useful to them, that's jihad. If you have to change your religion to be able to get to be anything in Nigeria, that is jihad. That's jihad. And that's exactly what is coming. So I'm not talking about marginalization. I'm less concerned about marginalization. I'm more concerned about change of demography and Islamization. It is real. It is real. We need to forget any other thing right now. At that time, because during that jihad, Some of them are going to be converted based on money, based on the fact that you have to do business, based on the fact that you have to get a job, you need to convert. Some that will refuse will be killed by the sword and the knife. So people are going to die. So what are we scared of? Eventually, we have to just face it. The jihad, once the jihad starts, a lot of people are going to die. So what's the point? Let's fight it once and for all. That's it. As far as I'm concerned, what we should be doing now is more of fundraising. We can continue with the orientation, the sensitization, especially to the international world. Because right now, everybody in Nigeria, in Biafra land, who says doesn't know what is going on, doesn't know what he's saying. So right now we know. So international community is the one that will be sensitizing, sending information to them, sending evidence to this massive rigging to them. Now we start doing more of mobilization, more of raising money. Let's get everything we need. We need to fight it once and for all. Thank you.
There were Mazi Johnson. Sonny, do you want to say anything? Okay, Mazi Johnson, you have the microphone. Johnson, you have the microphone. Okay. Michael.
Hello.
Mazi Johnson. Yeah, go on.
Ugo Chris, good evening. And Sonny, yeah. Good evening, all of you. I'm very happy that there are people who. Are you not hearing me?
We are hearing you.
Okay.
Hello. You are listening from two devices. Turn off one, please.
Yeah. Good evening, all of you. No, I'm following what you guys are saying.
No, wait, Johnson. Mute the other gadget so you can only listen from the one you are using to speak to us now.
That is what I have. That is exactly what I have now in the hand. So okay. I am just using one gadget. Good evening, all of you. I'm very, very happy and impressed that all of you are keeping us very, very busy and alive with the situation we find ourselves now in this problem. I mean, God should give you guys strength to continue educating our people.
Mazi, we are not hearing anything from you. We are not hearing you, please.
What?
Johnson, we are not hearing you.
But everything is correct here. What is the problem?
You are not speaking louder. Speak louder.
No, go out and come back again. Maybe sometimes it's network something. Come back, go out and come back again.
Okay.
Okay, Michael, the good guy. I'm not picking calls because people are in the studio. I cannot leave them to pick any call. You can come inside the studio even if you don't want to come in with your video. Come in without your video. Okay, Casey, let's hear you. You have the mic. Okay, James, you have the microphone. Okay, I am going to be removing all these people that are not saying anything here. Maybe your network is not good. Casey, can you hear me? All right. James, can you hear me? All right. So no point of keeping people in here when they are not contributing to any part of what we are saying. So we must listen to this.
But you are daft. You are a dreamer. They will never. You think they're stupid? No, they're not. This is
It's happening.
You are a dreamer. They will never. This is the last time I'll be doing this bullshit, he said. This is a youth cover. This is the last time. That was the word he used. Not mine. I neck ad hoc nonsense. Everybody knows the whole thing is a charade. Look at the Fulani man, the INEC chairman, are you not stupid? Contestants, Fulani, INEC chairman, Fulani, Army General, Chief of Army Staff, Fulani, every other person, Fulani, and you think it will be free and fair? Are you not stupid? Are you not hopeless? Oh, dear me.
Mazu, go check the sound. Check the sound. The sound of the clip you just played now. The sound.
And the volume is low. Okay.
You are daft. You are a dreamer. They will never. You think they're stupid? No, they're not. This is the last time I'll be doing this bullshit, he said. This is a youth cover. This is the last time. That was the word he used. Not mine. I neck ad hoc nonsense. Everybody knows the whole thing is a charade. Look at the Fulani man, the INEC chairman. Are you not stupid? Contestants, Fulani, INEC chairman, Fulani, Army General, Chief of Army Staff, Fulani, every other person, Fulani, and you think it will be free and fair? Are you not stupid? Are you not hopeless? Oh, dear me. He continued to say, having disenfranchised myself in the name of ad hoc staff, I was almost thoroughly beaten. I was cowed into submitting the bulk of the ballot papers for mass thumbprinting. And after let me tell you what shocks me about black people. After reading this nonsense about what transpired in Nasarawa State, you will still be looking at Chigao. I don't know who the idiot is now, the NX chairman. You see what is the result for Nasarawa? And I'm running the election in Nasarawa, and I just a result. Are you not foolish? Oh dear. I don't know if anybody in this country unbelievable. No, we must continue. That is just, I'm going to tell you what papers reported in Nigeria. Yes, Nigerians are asking for results from collection center. And I'm bringing Okwa Dike. The election has been rigged already. Can't we hear? And you're asking for the result of the rigged elections. And you're telling me you're well.
Somebody is saying they are not hearing what the video is saying.
The sound is not coming out very loud. So maybe
are
you sharing screen? Are you sharing screen or you're having
Yes,
it in the studio?
yes, I'm sharing screen.
Bring it to the studio if possible.
How?
If you bring it to the studio as a downloaded video, it will be better.
That would take long. Okay, let me just put it there. So maybe somebody will be. Okay, let me see if it will work.
But you are daft. You are a dreamer. They will never. You think they're stupid? No, they're not. This is the last time I'll be doing this bullshit, he said. This is a youth copper. This is the last time I'll be doing. That was the word he used. Not mine. I neck ad hoc nonsense. Everybody knows the whole thing is a charade. Look at the Fulani man, the INEC chairman. Are you people not stupid? Contestants, Fulani, INEC chairman, Fulani, Army General, Chief of Army Staff, Fulani, every other person, Fulani, and you think it will be free and fair? Are you not stupid? Are you not hopeless? Oh, dear me. He continued to say, having disenfranchised myself in the name of ad hoc staff, I was almost thoroughly beaten. I was cowed into submitting the bulk of the ballot papers for mass thumbprinting. And after reading, let me tell you what shocks me about black people. After reading this nonsense about what transpired in Nasarawa State, you will still be looking at, is it Jegao? I don't know who the idiot is now, the Fulani chairman. You see, what is the result for Nasarawa? And now, back in the early election in Nasarawa, and I just a result. Are you not foolish? Oh dear. I don't know. Unbelievable. We must continue. That is just, I'm going to tell you what papers reported in Nigeria. Yet, Nigerians are asking for results from collection center. And I'm bragging on Okwa, father, and I'm phone your Okwa. The election has been rigged already. Can't you hear? And you're asking for the result of the rigged elections. And you're telling me you're well. How I was forced to announce Okorocha winner of Senate seat, INEC returning officer. Unbelievable. Instead of there to be an uprising everywhere, a revolution everywhere, to say that what is happening is evil, they're busy asking you, but who won? And I'm going in immigration and ask you who won. How sad. How very sad. That is that story there.
I think we
have gotten the part we want. I need us to get that. He have said what he said about election. So let the so-called people that said they are elders keep waiting for manna to fall from heaven. Let them keep waiting for Messiah. They will wait till they die, and their children will start waiting for Messiah. But as for me, now Biafra be my Messiah, because we don't get any other Messiah outside Biafra. And anything we must do it now. Who get money to give, bring it now. Who have any energy to support, bring out your energy now. Don't wait. No more procrastination. Don't say, hey, let me wait and see. No sitting on the fence. No sitting on the window. We must carry it as it be. The weight is too heavy. We must carry it. I don't know if somebody have anything to say here.
Let me take on from there, Maz. My great people, you have to make up your mind. I know say life they sweet most of our people, but what kind of life they sweet you? What type of life they sweet you? When you see say all of us they suffer. Making up your mind is nothing but the truth. But one thing you have to understand, you are afraid to die, like you no go die. Is it not better to die for a good cause, or to die for you not to be recognized in this planet Earth? My brother, Jesus Christ, Matthew, Luke, any of these people you are reading from the Bible will not do nothing. It is your own time to write your name in the book of life. The day my mother gave birth to me, I came this world with nothing. I came with nakedness. I didn't carry Maserati, Bugatti. I didn't carry a house, 3-story building. Eze Gondibu. I met with him 1997 before he passed in Abuja, close to his plaza in Nikon, Nogan. Everything about Eze Gondibu, nothing again to show for it. This is the same contraction we find ourselves. We find ourselves doing something that doesn't please Chukwuka Kabioma, all the sake of we want to make a living. Search your conscience. What I mean, search your conscience, is a simple thing. When it comes to anything that has to be freedom, you have to have a lot of challenges. My brother, good thing doesn't come easy. But one thing you should understand, what my father was not able to do for me, is what me I've decided to do for my own children. Because all these politicians, none of their children is studying in the same country they are leading. All their children is studying, having first class in education. And these are the people promising you. What are they promising you? Do you understand what is the meaning of civil servant? These people are civil servants. But civil servants have turned you to slave after you hear the slave trade that happened in West Africa. When the Portuguese people came, our forefathers, they opened hand for them to come, and this is how the colonization came. It never stopped till today. How many times have you seen a white man going to Africa, say they go seek asylum for Africa? But we are the black people coming to come and seek asylum in Europe. Tell me one thing that you think these people are better than of me and you. The only thing I see in Europe here is good light, good road. Do you think what does it take for us to get all these things achieved? But the people blocking all these things are the people they call civil servants. But now they are no more civil servants. They are now controlling the life of humanity. And these are the same people who will go to church. They will give them front seat
now so that others can speak, please.
Okay, sir. Let the person speak.
Okay. Casey, can you hear me? Casey, can you hear me? Casey, if I remove you, don't come back again, please. Because this is the second time you are here. You don't want to talk. Can you hear me? Okay, Rashikude, you're welcome to the program.
I get two messages for two sets of people. First of all, for those who are up to the time, who know themselves, who know what is happening. For those ones, I tell them that, you know, you're dealing with another set of people who look up to the so-called celebrities or so-called elders. Not everybody is an elder. Elders doesn't mean that you are old. They call you. There are old people that are not elders. An elder could be a young person that is knowledgeable. Knowledgeable, know what is happening. Simon Eber is an elder. For your information, is not older. Okwadike is not an elder. Okwadike is a fool and he's stooge. So we have to know the meaning of, because everything goes down to linguistics. It's better to understand, know the language, because it's like when we speak a foreign man language, we don't know the meaning of what we're talking about. So now for those who know what is happening, know that we know a lot of us what it takes to redeem somebody who's been conditioned to be looking up to the wrong people. Imagine the people that Okwadike was calling. He was calling the Pandef doing crack. He was calling all these people that have sold out. And these are the people that are working for the Fulani. These are those he's calling. And he's trying to make you now, those they told him now to call, that everybody should be looking up to. And as long as we look up to them, not we, of course. I'm talking about these people who are following Obi, all this. But I just checked a while in Obi's and those who are making this space. I've seen that the amount of people that listen to them now reduced to 400, and yesterday it was over I don't know how many thousand. So now these are the people, the crowd they are trying to control and making them to think in a certain way. So these people, when we reason with them, we have to be using certain things and know the manner we talk to them to really fix their brain, because they have been conditioned in a way. So, but for the other, and tell them also that if you give up your freedom because you want security, you are sure that you lost your security and your freedom at the same time. You don't have any of them. This is not a new quote. If you Google it, you see that people who know freedom, who know what it means, have been talking about it a long time. Because the insecurity you are running after, running from, it is in their doorstep. Jihad, the Quran taught them to use terror against you. The Quran tell them everybody should learn, and nobody should, because even when we say we are Bible is our history, and we need to know ourselves very well, not according to the false so-called preachers and all those things. Not be them. And so, if we want, we have to always be putting things in the good context, you know, and to use it the rightful way. So that insecurity that they are running away from, the same thing is what they want to use to threaten them. So, and if you don't stand up for yourself, then they will still use the same thing you're running away to kill you. So if you give up security for you give up your freedom for security, you are bound to lose both the freedom and the security. So this is what I'm telling those who are lily-livered, who are just scared of what are we going to do or whatever. And for we knowing this thing, just find the right way. We know Simon Eba is our spokesperson, and there are sometimes it's good to see our brothers and our people who are angry because of what is happening, because the injustice makes them angry. It's good to see them angry, but you cannot our people say in Igbo language, we have our spokesperson, we put him in front of them, he didn't put himself. God first of all chose him, and we agree to that because it's our voice. So there are things when we say the man go see, the way we take the follow him. We have to, because the other day, it was me calling Ugo the other day when people were talking about somebody was so angry that he doesn't want to, what are we waiting for, do this. I wanted to just put him straight, because he cannot override your spokesperson. You are not rougher than him, but the capability, what made him in that position, gave him that position is a qualification. Nobody say human being give him even the certificate, but he even has certificate because he's a politician in Finland. He's a legal professional as well. So the way the toughness he has in his mind how to deal with things. Remember that we cannot be better than Oyendu, even though that everything we are doing is complimenting him. You know, when we are in darkness, he was preaching and preaching. If you get angry like that, you might come up untimely and you do something to end up ruining your good intention. So that's calmness to know, look up to him, our spokesperson, so that we will be moving in well mannered and putting things in the rightful way, not to let anger, because if we let anger, then we will lose control. That is not the best thing. So no matter we are angry, is righteous indignation. That is beautiful. But you have to tame yourself and direct it to him. Know how you express it so that they don't use anything against us. Because we are fighting against them. We are fighting against Britain. We are fighting against America. They will use anything to blackmail us. That Arise television person they sent to Finland to interview him. He set a lot of trap for him, as if you go against democracy. But the man used it, put him well that he is promoting democracy. That was the dangerous thing. And if he did fall for that, they will use it against us. Stay blessed and let others speak.
Thank you so much. Casey, I don't know what really your mic is doing to you. Okay, Mazemeka, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mazugo, and thank you to all great Biafrans all over the world who are listening to you and those who will listen later, and all our great comrades at home. I greet everybody. You see, I just want to be specific on the video about Okwa Dike that you played here on the program. I do not understand that actually, you see, it is one thing to be old in the skin. It is another thing to be matured in your thinking ability. This pomposity of a schoolboy that I see in Okwa Dike is actually scary for such a person to be considered as somebody who speaks for Igbo interest or as a leader of Igbo. How can you be Okwa Dike and you be writing the name of your title on your cap? What does that really mean? I mean, what pomposity are we showing here like kids? You see? But that's, by the way, let me just say this for a fact. Some of the obedient zombies, I mean, all the obedient zombies are actually jumping up that Obi is going to court. Obi is going to court. Atiku Abubakar went to court 24 years ago. What is the outcome? Even today, there is no conclusion on the case. There have not been conclusion on the case. Atiku has to run again on top of his own case. Okay? Don't think that Obi is going to court, that tomorrow they are going to declare him honest tomorrow. This is a strategy to tie you down for the next 4 years. And you come and they stamp Nigeria again. You come and they stamp this fraud called Nigeria again. This journalist came here. You see, let me defend. I'm a pure graduate of our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And on my profile, putting on the profile picture of our great spokesman. In fact, the greatest spokesman of all time, Mazi Simon Ekpa. But I am now trying to defend Obi. Because if you don't do that, the shame, how can a journalist come and tell you that Obi doesn't have support of the elite? That is why he didn't win. What about Tinubu that they allocated the victory to? Did he have the support of the greatest elite of the Yorubas, which is Obasanjo? 2 times president of the Federal Zoological Republic of Nigeria, Obasanjo, didn't support Tinubu. They allocated victory to him. Is there any other elite more than that? The greatest elite group in the Yoruba race, Afenifere, they didn't support Tinubu. They supported another person, maybe Obi, but they allocated victory to Tinubu. The question should have been to Tinubu, how are you going to rule Nigeria even without the support of your own elite? Rather, they shifted it to a loser, to ask a loser, how do you think you can win Nigeria when your elite didn't support you? You see, this is the part of the hatred, the organized hate against the Igbos in Nigeria. But the obedient zombies, they keep on legitimizing this hate. We keep telling them, we know Nigeria more than all of you. You cannot tell me you can be smarter than the market. You can never be smarter than the market. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu would have been the person being fat because from Nigeria. But he didn't do that. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, some of you are laughing at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I mean, the obedient zombies. Hey, they captured him. They kidnapped him. But if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have formed security to protect him, nobody would have been able to kidnap him. If 28 men who are not under arm can die to ensure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was not captured by Nigeria, imagine what would have happened when people are already armed. But he formed that security to protect the women in the village, the women who goes to farm, the ordinary people who have nobody to speak for them. He formed that security to protect them. He didn't form anyone for himself. Doing everything for the people, nothing for himself. Instead of all of you to think about him, use this election to send the signal to the world, to send the signal to humanity. Who cares to listen? That if this man continues to be in prison, I am not going to vote. All of you blew it. Or in the name of, if I'm not the one leading, let everything squatter, the DOS, they brought this idea. Instead of Simon Ekpa to get Biafra, let Biafra never came, let Biafra never come. But people understood it. Some of the people who listen like them, they understood it. They understand that instead of somebody from a place where they don't like can bring Biafra, let Biafra never come. That was the meaning of what they were saying. People understood it. If not, how can Okwa Dike be speaking for Ndibo? Let me just ask, what has Okwa Dike done for Ndibo? Can anybody outside the locality where Okwa Dike come from tell me, myself from Ebonyi State. Yourself, you may be from Abia, Imo, Enugu, or other places in Igboland. Tell me what Okwa Dike have done that imparted you, that he should be speaking for you. The answer is absolutely nothing. But me, I can proudly say that right inside the deepest village where I come from, a very proud place I come from, Mazen Nandekan imparted me. He recognized my people. He gave voice to my people. He stood for my people. In fact, he stood and told my people he is here and is ready to die for my people. Who else have done that? That we should have jettisoned him in prison and be following somebody in the name of Nigeria election. They are now positioning them for the governorship. Let me reserve my comment, please. Thank you very much.
They were my brother.
Can I quickly add something?
Okay, Rasmus.
Okay. Now, I just to add to that what our brother has said. The reason why I'm saying this is basically to enlighten the Biafrans who became obedient. All this charade that you are seeing going on, that they are talking about courts, is just exercising futility. And I'm going to tell you why. If you listen to during when INEC chairman was announcing that result and Dino Melaye and some other people challenged him, listen to what the INEC officials said when they asked about the constitutionality of what he was doing. Said specifically that the law does not make it mandatory for him to transmit the results electronically. Go back and listen to the press conference of Keyamo. Keyamo repeated almost the same thing that INEC chairman said. So which obviously means that they have already concluded the plan before they did what they did. Because what is going to happen, just mark today's date. What is going to happen, the judges, the Supreme Court judges, because it's going to get to the Supreme Court, what they are going to use is this. They will say, okay, the INEC guideline says you are supposed to transmit it to IREP, portal, electronically or anything. But the Constitution of Nigeria did not specify that you are supposed to do that. They say transmit. They didn't say electronically. When you mean transmit, I can give you a document by hand. I can give to Ugo and say, Ugo, please help me give this document to Sonny. I've already transmitted that document to Ugo, but I did not transmit it electronically. So it's still transmission. They will not tell the entire world that when it comes to conflict, that the Constitution of Nigeria overrides INEC guidelines. They will say the Constitution of Nigeria overrides INEC guidelines. Since the Constitution did not specify that you must do it electronically to the IREP portal, then you cannot now say that the INEC guidelines now supersede the Constitution of Nigeria. That will be the end of story. That will be the end of story. That's what the Supreme Court judges are going to use in this case. So I'm speaking to obedience now. The Biafrans that became obedient, you better wash your hands up obey now and face the reality and prepare for the task ahead. The fight that you are running from.
Erasmus, sorry, I think I have the video to help you explain it better here.
Okay.
In the Electoral Act that we passed, there is nothing like electronic transmission, because transmission is when you vote and it goes to the server. What we have passed, and I can recollect this vividly, because I read that act when it was a bill several times, is to transfer. After all the paperwork that we normally do are done, the agents and everybody will have the papers. INEC will snap or scan or snap the result sheet and transfer. Transmit or transfer or whatever it is. That whether it is transmit or transfer is that thing that is captured with beavers. The results And for me, my understanding is if any result that was captured and sent differs from something gotten somewhere, that one is illegal. And only the courts, it's not us here that can do. So we urge INEC to follow the Electoral Act. And for me, my understanding is if any result that was captured and sent differs from something gotten somewhere, that one is illegal. And only the courts, it's not us here that can do. So we urge INEC to follow the Electoral Act and other laws or their guidelines. That's all.
Thanks for checking out Symphony on YouTube.
Ugo, can you hear me?
Yes.
Now, you see, you can see what is going on. This, I did not even quote this man. I was even quoting Yakubu, INEC chairman. Now, you can see that the senior president is already making reference, which means that this thing has been completed. They have planned this thing. They have already planned the defense. They would have even concluded these plans. They would have even concluded these plans with the Supreme Court judges they are going to use. They would have selected all the judges that they are going to use. Because what they are going to say, they are going to quote this, and they are going to say that they said transmission, they said transmit. Transmit can be, I give you by hand, I say give this person. I did not say electronically in the Constitution.
And another mind-blowing thing in talk be say, if for instance the INEC official snap anything sent to the office, and finally the contact say that one where is snap na fake, you get another one where be original one. That one where you the talk say the original one is not valid. Now that one where the INEC official snap, now that one no.
So you see what is going on now. And even the INEC chairman by himself, when he was addressing international observers, told the international observers point blank that he was hearing from media houses they said they are not going to do electronic transmission. That is a lie. That let him state it clearly. That was in November. That they are going to transmit the results electronically. And when they asked him the question in the collation center, this man said he did not say that it was a lie. In spite of the fact that the thing did the whole news media. That's what I'm telling you about the power of money. The power of money can make some people mad. We don't know what he could do again. That's what is going on. So
okay. And that's what happened. Mazison, you want to talk?
I don't want to go now. You say make I talk.
No, because the people will want to go to court. When they go court, only this video now where I play, they go open the Constitution, tell you, show you the Electoral Act. You go do it, shut your mouth and go house. You understand?
Minus them going to court, or minus them even using this video. Because I overheard Okwa Dike say, please forgive my manners. Maze Meka, Erasmus, Raj, Chuku, the Eze, Chuku, 247.
Oh, my line went off.
I salute everyone in this video.
Okay. Sonny, can you please just allow?
Thank you, Sonny. Thank you very much.
Submit. Erasmus, continue.
Who is talking? Somebody they talk.
Erasmus.
I'm here.
Erasmus, finish your submission before I go on.
Okay, let me quickly complete my submission. So, what I'm saying in essence now, you just listen to the Senate president that passed that law, right? That Obi is depending on. Go back and listen to the press conference that Keyamo did. Who is the lawyer they are going to use that is going to mobilize the other lawyers? Go and compare it to the answer that the INEC chairman gave when they were challenging him. You see that they have already pointed out what they are going to use as a defense. And that will help the judges to say, if you are saying that the INEC guideline was made from the Constitution. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. The INEC guideline is from the Constitution of Nigeria. Now, that if the Constitution of Nigeria did not specifically say transmit electronically, that the INEC guideline cannot overrule the Constitution of Nigeria. That's what they are going to say, which is a fallacy, but that's what they are going to use. So, obedient right now, that are Biafrans, that are be using the Obi are be deceiving, it's high time. Let's Obi continue with the court case, join Biafra, and let's get the hell out of Nigeria. Thank you.
No, Mazisone, I continue from where you stop.
If you follow up the previous is it election or this is a blue baba, the one that Atiku and Obedience went before, they still have the case in court till today. The case never get heard. Now they are telling you they want to go for another case. Obi was crying, and I don't see the video where Obi they cry. Hey, Obedient, they cry. What Nigeria happened to Obi? Hey, Obi they cry. I overheard Okwadike said they will go to court. Then Okwadike also said something. He begged the Nigerian youth that they should not hit the streets. So you people knew that Nigeria will happen to all of you before you misled the Nigerian youth. Now you are begging them not to hit the street after destroying their future, after destroying their aspirations and their dreams, after destroying their focus on the freedom, after deviating their minds from Biafra and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now, when I hear them talk about they will go to court, they want to go and fire or continue the case in court. Ask Okwadike that made that statement. Okwadike has gone to go and kneel down and lie down on the floor for Buhari to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and to honor the verdict of the court. Buhari has told him, over my dead body will I do so. Okwadike has gone to every place that they could go and has spoken. Before you saw Okwadike now turn his head and turn his back to come and follow Obedience. Okwadike before did not support Obedience. After he saw that he has done everything he could, begging the Fulanis and kneeling down to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they told him, go and sit down. That they cannot listen to the court. That what Buhari or the impostor in Nasoro says is what stands. It's not what the court says. Okwadike now had a U-turn now, go and support Obi. All the elders that you see today supporting Obi, they never supported Obi before. It was at the end point that they now decided to go and support Obi. So if Okwadike is assuring the youth and assuring the Biafrans and assuring the Efulefu, rest of the Igbo elders, which have misled the youth to this time, that they will go and settle in court. Ask him, the first court verdict that was given, which he has been begging Buhari, why didn't the court honor or implement the verdict of the court in favor of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Why didn't they implement the order of the court in favor of the Biafran people that have been detained and massacred? Why didn't they obey the order of the court in favor of every Nigerian that has been bastardized? Because it is true what is happening in the court system of Nigeria, that justice has been bastardized, and none of them can even have their justice plain to them when it is pronounced in the court. The law court has become useless in one Nigeria. So when you hear them say, I have benefited from the court, or we are going to court, or court will do this, court will do that, it is a shame to their generations. Because as old as they are, they still claim and hope that Nigeria is a workable place. Many of them may be in 80s and 90s. Then if you ask them, when did your father die? Their father may have died at the age of 50 or 40 or 75 and 80s. And some of their fathers are even older than Nigeria. Then some of their fathers have worked for like 70 years and 80 and 60 and 45 and 50 just to see that Nigeria worked, but Nigeria did not work. Then they themselves, they are in their own 80s and their own 50s, their own 40s. They still want to waste their own generations and their own life and then hope that Nigeria will now come to work again. It is a waste of time. And another thing, I won't buy the idea of you or our people addressing people that does not have your interest as your elders. An elder is an elder when he protects the interests of his children, but not an elder that sits down to take palm wine and a cola nut and then is talking from the two sides of his mouth. This is Okwadike that was telling us, was it 2 months or 1 month ago, that we, the Biafran people, the Oduduwas, are the most stupid in one Nigeria. Why? Because we don't want to unify Nigeria. We don't want to allow Nigeria to continue. He ended up by telling you that they need Fulanis with their talent of killing, massacre, raping, destroying, desolating your communities, raping your fathers and then slaughtering them at the spot. That is what Okwadike was applauding. Then you call this kind of people elders? No. If I am to close my eye and do Timbo, last Calabar, then pick somebody as an elder, then when I open my eye, peradventure, I see that it is Okwadike that I pick as an elder to represent me. I will reject my generation because Okwadike is very useless. At his own age now, I don't know if he had his brain intact long time ago, but the way it is now, I don't know whether it is brain tumor that has become the problem to his brain. Maybe when he was young, he was thinking well, but at this very age, he has become the most useless of the elders that I've ever seen. And I owe him no apology for what I am saying, because respect is given to who respect is due. You cannot come out and then reject your children, sell your children out, send them out to the terrorists, and then you allow the terrorists to kill them, and then you don't even come back to look at their bodies. How many children of Biafrans have been massacred? I'm talking of the one in Biafra land. And how often or when have you ever seen come out to come and speak in those communities in defense of the youth or the children that have been massacred? When Hopeless Odima massacred over 14 youth in their marriage ceremony, and then came out again to come and proclaim that the youth that they massacred were criminals. Did you see Okwadike come out to say anything? No. Did not see Okwadike come out to say anything. The Amofo killing that just happened at the eve of the elections. Did you see Okwadike come out to say anything? No. Okwadike is only useful to come and speak and then claim to be the head of elders of Igboland when it involves politics and envelopes, but not when it involves the interests of the children of Biafra land. Then you call such an elder? He's not an elder. He's very useless to the generation that he speaks about. So if they go to court, they are going to court to waste their resources, waste their energy, and waste the generations ahead. The only thing I will pick out from what he said is that the youth should not enter the streets, because if they enter the streets, the same elders that are speaking here cannot help them. They will only come and pick their dead bodies in bags and go and bury it, because that is the only thing that they are good at. And after all, they will collect money from the yard. That is how the case will end. We have a better tax, which is the Biafran mandate. And we have everything that we have to do, which everyone must put their hands on deck. So Biafran youth and every Igbo youth that is in the other part of one Nigeria, where they are attacking you or doing you this or that, defend yourself or you move yourself back to your own region. The worst thing that you can do is for you to try to defend yourself in a virgin land where you don't know the terrain. When we were able to take over the federal military government of one Nigeria, when they invaded Biafra land, it was in one night because we understood our terrain. We were able to destroy thousands. Before they woke up early in the morning, the story was all over the media. Thank God for somebody like Okokonde, who helped them with the propaganda message of making them to know that the Biafran people have taken over the army. They have decimated them. They have destroyed them. And this weakened their resolve. Gowon was perplexed and could not know from which left or which right to start his tactics. The international community were also confused. What are we saying? Every Biafran youth is useful to this mandate of this very time. Do not go into the line of going to protest for Peter Obidiot or the elders, which will come back to benefit their pockets because they don't care about you. Make use of your power as a youth now to fight for something useful and not to waste your time for one Nigeria, because obedience is only lamenting. Have you asked yourself, UK government, EU government, US government, OAU that came, that observed and then gave a report that the election was fraudulent? Are they not the first people to congratulate the fraudulent elected men into power? Check their Twitter handles. They are the first people to congratulate them and to write official letter. The UK government that contracted Peter Obi to come and destroy the focus and the determination of the Biafran people on the Biafran mandate, seeing that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped through their connivance, and then yet the Biafran people were waxing strong with the interim leader, Mazi Simon Ekpa. They say, oh, they have to look for somebody that is inside, that knows them, that they understand him, they know him, and he knows their pain. Let us use him. They contracted him and then they use him. Now, the UK government is not standing shoulder to shoulder with Obi. The UK government are standing shoulder to shoulder with the Nigerian government. They are the first people to release an official congratulatory letter and message to Tinubu and say, Tinubu, congratulations on your new position. We look forward to working with you and to engage with more ties of security and business interests. Do you understand the point? If UK wanted your interest, if US wanted your interest, if the Chatham House address that they left to address you in Lagos, they left to address you in Enugu, they left to address you in Akwa Ibom, they left to address you in Uyo, they left to address you in Imo State, they left to address you in Ikwacha, they left to address you in Owomama or Emene, they decided to go and address you in Chatham House. If the Chatham House address of Peter Obi, where all of you in the UK were wasting your resources and time and everything, sacrifice, was useful, and London, UK actually wanted your interest, why are they not now making sure that your Obi comes into power no matter the looking of the elections? You now understand why they brought Obi for you. They brought Obi for you because of you fighting for your freedom. They did not bring Obi for you for your own interest. They only brought him to come and distort your focus so that you will derail from where you were going. But thank God for the men and women that stood their ground to this time, because if everybody had derailed and then gone on the way of Obi, who would have been the man standing today? Nobody. So we thank God for people that stood their ground and then they remain. His academic INS, I salute you.
Yeah. So can I quickly add something?
People that just came in now. I can't see anyone's name fully. I see Emeka. I see Princess, who again came in. I can't see anybody. I yield the mic from here. Thank you so much for being in the studio.
Okay, you're welcome, Mazi Sonny. Okay, Erasmus, quickly do, because we should be rounding up. Quickly do so that others can have the mic. Go on.
Let me quickly ask something. I want to ask this question. This saying where they say that what an elder can see sitting down when a child climbs the Iroko tree will not be able to see it. Is it still really true?
When a wise elder, Erasmus, when you hear elder, is a wise elder. Not every old man is an elder. And besides, Bible, Erasmus, wait. In Bible, when Bible said, Bible refers to an elder, not as an old man. An elder could be a 10-year-old man. A 10-year-old boy could be an elder. Where in the midst of people of 80s and 70s. So an elder does not necessarily mean an old man, biblically. So to me, an elder is not an old man, no, or an old woman.
You see the reason why I said this is this. You remember that we were all shouting here, that Obi was being used by the British government they were going to use him and dump him. Everybody was shouting. Samepa was shouting. We were all shouting. But then Okwadike pretended not to know. I don't know if they knew or they were just pretending. And look at it. Britain is the first government to officially write a letter, in spite of all the discrepancies and the irregularities in the election, to congratulate Tinubu and assuring him that they will work with him. What does that tell you? And this is the same British government that told Obi go and run. Because after visiting UK, was when he came back and decamped and joined the Labour Party. And suddenly the whole social media was agog. Everything Obi. It was UK that promoted Obi. And the same UK are the ones that are officially congratulating Tinubu and telling him they will work with him.
That is it for you now.
That's to tell you a complete deception. And the ones that call themselves our elders were completely deceived. Or let me put it this way, because I wouldn't know if they actually knew, because I don't see how they would not see it. Because the whole thing was too glaring. I rest my case. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So the only thing I will just add is, at this point in time, I will advise even Mazi Samepa, more of what we should be preaching about right now is how do we protect our land? What are the materials we need to protect our land? Because we are going to fight. There is no two ways about it. Let's not pretend about it. There is no political solution. There is no political route to this. We are going to fight to protect ourselves. How do we fight the fight? What do we need? That's what we need to be talking about now, nothing else, I'm telling you.
Erasmus, thank you. Okay, we are here now for 3 hours. So please, we are going to be giving those of you that have not spoken, you have 2 minutes, please. Once we tell you thank you, please help us understand. We don't try, and if possible, we may come back again today again. So bear with us. Who never talk? Okay, common sense. You're welcome.
Good evening, everybody.
Okay, go on. Sorry, I started from that. Go on, is something. Go on.
I greet all Biafrans around the world. Today I came to really apologize if I went off board the last time I came on your program. It's just that the whole thing really got to me where we say, yes, I overreacted and I said some things which I'm not saying I regret those things I said, but the fact is I really never meant to really say those things. But later I want to talk, I want to ask Simon Ekpa is, please, only one thing is, if eventually, not if, when Biafra comes, please, let's make sure, say, anybody that's held any political position in Nigeria, even the one we get them for mind before to run, should never ever smell to contest anything in Biafra. Now, don't say you don't contest. You smell and say you tell your family people, say you want to contest, and they know they should never near anything that has to do with Biafran politics. Please, Simon, please, I beg of you, they should make sure, say, nobody that has ever contested in Nigeria election should ever contest in Biafran election, please. Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Common sense. They hear me?
I'm here, sir.
We are all human beings, everybody diverse, blood their hearts. You understand? So actually, if you tell me, I go say you don't get anything to apologize. You don't get anybody to apologize anything to. You understand? If you ask me, I don't know for other people, because nothing you say. Even if as I dey here and I talk, say make they go kill everybody, are they right? Because we don't get and pass our throat. You don't. In short, the thing don't swallow us. Look at what Okwa Dike is saying today.
Bros, I was crying when I was watching Okwa Dike. I was shedding tears. Water they come off my eyes this evening when I was watching that man speaking. I was shedding tears. How can someone who is almost 80 years after the whole thing where Papa don't struggle, die? He came and started from where his father died, and then he's giving, what kind of hope is he giving us? And see, sir, the painful part, the way thing they pay me pass is, as if I see the kind of potential way Igbo people get, and we see all this illiterate speaking ill about Igbo man, a whole Igbo man, bros, everybody, if you see the kind of why they pay to they hear Hausa people or Fulani, they kill about Igbo people, a whole Igbo tribe. If I die, the next time I would like to be an Igbo man. I'm all these illiterate, they speak anyhow. AOB came out and robbed us on the mud, inside the mud. Bros, I don't want to go. Thank you, everybody, and good night.
Sonny, control the platform. Mazi, you go down, come out, control the platform.
Okay. Can I say, good evening, everybody. This is Biafra Battle Cry. I just popped in. It's not even quite long that I joined, but one thing I want to say about our people is that concerning the elders, you see, it's very unfortunate that the Igbo themselves, that the people of olden days used to use to brag, as our ego, as our dignity, is no longer what we are seeing today. I heard someone or the host saying that Okwa Dike committed blunder today. I've not watched that clip yet. I'm yet to watch it because I came in late and I don't want to drag everybody back. So that since the program is just concluding now, maybe I will take my time and go and watch and hear what he said. But the only thing I saw today that blew my mind, I nearly got destabilized where I was working. It was the Twitter of the younger brother of our leader, Onyendu. I just got, I said, what is the meaning of this? Someone you saw your enemy, bringing your brother down. He refused to talk, and you are pampering him, and you are taking a slow motion action against him. Is it until your brother just parted this world, end up in grave? Is it when you will expose him and talk? Why can't you bring everything at once and put on the table and just stay and watch how public will come and gather and fight with you? You just stay back, just bringing the details one by one and threatening the enemy. First of all, he is the only one who exposed the memo. Exposing the memo, he covered the two things there. The two things that is the pillar of the agitation. He covers it. Again, telling us that one of the lawyers, he didn't mention the name, one of the lawyers forced Mazen Nandekalo to plead guilty, and Mazen Nandekalo refused. One other lawyer again rebuked the lawyer that brought the idea of Mazen Nandekalo pleading guilty. So Mazen Nandekalo laughed. Is he a joking matter? You see somebody trying to brainwash your brother. You don't know whether the person is using juju to, just to knock his brain out, so so that he can fall inside the pit, and he will take shovel and take some sign, cover your brother. He's still watching, taking it gradually, taking it, slowly. My brother, it's time for us to wake up. This is not the time again for us to wait. And at least we have somebody like Samuel Leba, the spokesperson. With Samuel Leba, we are good to go. Okay? Yeah, so that's what
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay. His Academic Highness, you have the mic.
Good evening, brothers and sisters. Can you hear me?
Very well.
Although I'm not at the usual place, I greet everyone.
We can see that.
Concerning Okwa Dike's request, I was on live in the morning when he was being granted the interview. At the same time, I also was online when P2B was being granted interview via BBC Igbo. Very important, because there are things going on the ground. But for the fact that we are smarter than them, the Britain understands that Biafran people are very smarter than them, most especially of the controller of the vessel, the autopilot. Something is going on the ground. The reason why, if you watch, I don't want people to misunderstand me. Okay, before I go on to the analysis, I want to say, no more election. Those people that have been having illusion that their brother is going to be president of Nigeria, you should take the example of the way they have rigged the election, bamboozled everybody. That Bival or card reader is the artifact of Britain. They are the one controlling all these things. Now, no more validating any other election from now, because based on international law, is the collective reasoning of the people that controls international law. Now, for our people to be free, for our people to be that thing that made them to be having an illusion that to be is going to be allowed to become president of Nigeria. You have seen that he was being quashed down. Okay, that is the reason why we should cancel anything concerning validation of election. Secondly, there are things going on the ground. There are things going on the ground. The thing that is going on the ground is this. You know, Nigeria is always the executive and the judiciary. You may hear that somebody went to court. All of a sudden, that person that went to court became confirmed. But if that person I'm not mentioning anybody's name, becomes confirmed, that person will rule under gunpoint. And thanks to his action, the race called Biafra will be eliminated, because the axis of Great Britain and Anglo-America that don't want our freedom, I'm not calling anybody's name, has already seen the resoluteness of Biafra. And they want to use the elders, the brain of the elders, thereby making them to, let's take for example that they happen to, through the court, affirm somebody based on the legitimization of the to come election. They happen to affirm somebody as president, and after 2 months, that person happened to disappear. Your people have no other reason to talk about freedom. That is what gave that man, that old man that was talking in the morning, the impetus to say that the one that they have declared is not guaranteed by him, because there is something going on the ground. I don't know whether I can stop in this particular moment.
Okay, thank you so much. So I think Biafrans, please, we have to end this program here and now. I didn't meant to be here for up to 3 hours, but here we are, not minded. So we have to end this program to be able to come back again. At least, anyhow, if Simon comes online, good. If he doesn't come, we will try and come back. Even if it is 1 hour, we will hold the space. So, dear friends, I must say thank you so much. Remember, we are only doing what we can do. So, I am giving everybody, just say bye-bye for now. I know as you make you come make speech. Okay, Mazemeka.
Thank you, Mazu.